Welcome to We'll Decide Wednesday, a special feature for the Do Better podcast, where Dr. Megan Miller and Joe Smith discuss randomly chosen topic for 5 minutes each Wednesday, as chosen by a wheel. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
Fantastic. Let's do this.
All
I'm
right.
ready. The
You
last
ready
one
this
was
time?
great.
Okay.
The last time I felt comfortable with. Let's see what it is this week.
All right. Well, this topic should be right up your alley.
It is.
The topic for this one is special education, but it's in quotes. So you can take what you want out from that. But again, these are unprepared. So we just each are going to talk for 2 minutes and 30 seconds about the topic chosen by the wheel. Joe, would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first. I have a lot to say about special education just because I've been a special ed teacher for 11 years and a newly minted BSBA. So I'll let you go first and see where you take it. And maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I'll, add to your rant or the information you provided. So
Okay,
let's do
sounds
this.
good. All right. So special education, for those who don't know, I have my PhD in special education, but my master's is in psychology and my undergrad is in psychology. I've never taught in the classroom. Amazing respect and gratitude to all of you who do and have. That wasn't where my career ever took me. But what for me came up with this topic is based on some recent discussions I've seen or heard about where there seems to be some, and I have to admit, I even feel this myself sometimes when people ask what our PhD is in. I was just on the Buckeye cruise with Mary Sawyer, and she excitedly and always says education. And I always feel the need to add behavior analysis into that as well, because I don't know, in our society, I feel like there's still a big situation where, if you say you're a teacher, you have an education background, it's almost looked as like a lower, like a lesser, oh, that was an easy degree to get kind of deal,
Praise.
Yeah. So even for myself, that's something I'm working on. But unfortunately, in general, I've also been seeing, not just with special education, but with other disciplines where there's still in our field this, like behavior analysis is like the end all be all. And this lack of recognition and respect for, if you're fortunate enough to work with others in your clinic or in your business, in this whatever setting you're in, who have a background in something other than just psychology and behavior analysis, take that, like recognize that for the valuable situation that it is. There's so much that people bring to the table when they come from backgrounds where they were working in some other career, whether they were a parent, if they had a business degree, if it was speech language, education, counseling, social work, whatever it may have been. They learned valuable skills in those careers as well. And then, if they decided to go back to school to get their BCBA, they can marry the 2 or 3 or whatever different backgrounds they have. One of my favorite people she did a bunch of different things before she became a BCBA. She was a massage therapist, notably. So that was always nice when we were friends. She would like give me some massages. But anyway, they have valuable skills to bring to the table. So if you're ever working with a person that is from a different background, don't ever negate or like put down that background.
Yeah, reach out, right? Reach out and learn from them. And, maybe you learn something new that you can apply to your practice too, right, Megan?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So my time is up. I'm really excited to see what you have to say about special education.
Oh, my problem is, where do I begin? Or where do I start, or like what topic? But I think
Wait, did you start your timer yet?
No, I didn't.
Start your timer.
Well, that was, I was just leaning into it. Okay, so I'm going to start my timer right now. All right. So my idea is that I just want to reach out to the BCBAs out on the field that, they might have a client who has a difficult time in schools, and the BCBA might, I'm not saying that everyone does this, but they might have a negative viewpoint on their special education teacher or schools in general. But I just want to let you know that being a special education teacher is one of the most difficult jobs. Not saying a BCBA isn't. Being a BCBA is a very difficult job too, but there are times that being a special education teacher in a BCBA clash, and I can see and I can empathize for both parties. Your the client that you are working with who has a special education teacher, they are working their tails off to provide the best possible classroom experience for your child, your client, your learner, and is a difficult job, not because of the kids, but what happens in the classroom is not always dictated by what the special education teacher wants. There are things that I would love to change to my classroom that I can't because of either a law that is passed by my state or it's a federal law. I can't change what happens sometimes because of the red tape that the school district is the school district is put me in. There are times that I want to do things, but the school district tells me, no, this is how it's done. And in my mind, and I'm like, no, we need to focus on this so then we can serve our child or our learners better. And I just want to reach out to all those BCBAs out there and just discuss like, hey, have empathy for the special education teacher and and get to know them. Talk to them because they are going through a difficult time and we can do better. That's the end of my time, but hold on. I need to finish my thought here. But I want you to work with them and have empathy for them. I want you to do better in the fact that they are a human being as well. Be kind to them, and just try your best to find some common ground with each other. We're not going to get better in our field, and we're not going to progress in our field if we can't have empathy for others, and if we can't work together. Because that's why we're having such a difficult time in the school districts that our clients are being served at. We are having a difficult time to break through the barriers to work with public schools. So I think we just need to do a better job at having empathy for others and recognizing that not every special education teacher is horrible or bad, and that they aren't doing their jobs. There are sometimes they just simply can't do what's best for their learner.
Very good. Thanks for sharing all of that, Joe.
No problem. I know I went over my time for that.
No, it's fine. Totally worth it. Hopefully that's something that others will be able to connect to and implement. And of course, if anyone has questions about how to best connect and like work and collaborate with a special education teacher, Joe's right here. You can connect with him and he could give you some tips, or if there's any other people in your lives, there's plenty out there who are special education and BCBAs. I don't know like what kind of superpower it takes to be able to juggle both of those jobs at the same time, but I don't have it. So, definitely learn from your peers who are doing those jobs so that you can better work with them. All right. That's it for this. We'll decide
Wednesday. Hashtag.
Hashtag and let us know what you thought.
All right. Thank you, Megan. This has been great.